AI is all the rage, and for pretty good reason. It can do some really cool things like create art, write music, make videos, and even create an avatar of yourself. But I'm not talking about any of that cool stuff today. In fact, what I'm going to share with you is actually pretty boring, but it is the perfect AI side hustle for beginners. Now, this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme, and success requires significant time and hard work. But it's a legitimate service addressing a real problem that many small business owners face. And the platform I use, GoHighLevel, has these AI features already built in. So you're configuring existing tools rather than coding from zero. And GoHighLevel has provided my audience with an extended 30-day free trial of their software versus their regular 14-day trial. This will give you time to explore the software and its AI tools to decide if this is the right online business for you. So if you want to follow along with me, I'll make sure to put a link below in the description. So what I want to do first, guys, is give you kind of a bird's eye overview of this business model. This is also how I'm going to go through this training so you can kind of see how this works step by step. Now, the first thing is we need a problem to solve. And in our case, we have small business owners. So let's just say this is a small business, okay? And the problem is they are losing money from missed phone calls. So the key here is these are small business owners. So maybe it's just one or two person operation. And I like to focus on service-based businesses, which I'm going to show you here in a second, how to actually find these businesses. But we want to reach out to places like hair salons, chiropractors, plumbers, HVAC, anybody that provides a service in exchange for money. So what's happening is the average business owner is missing around 50 to 60% of calls each month. And as you can imagine, that means they are losing a significant amount of money. So the problem we're going to solve is we're going to create a chatbot. So this is our handy little chatbot here, and we can call him Steve. And Steve, our chatbot, is going to answer these calls, okay, and respond to questions like, when are you open? What are your hours? Can I book an appointment? What's your address? Things like that. And then we are going to charge a monthly service for this. Now, these numbers, okay, these are numbers based on my experience. Depending on your location, the service you offer, this could be different. What I recommend is around 300 to say 800. Sometimes you can go a little higher per month. So this is not for just a one-time fee. You are setting up the chatbot, okay, for the business, and you are charging a monthly fee for that. Okay. So depending on who you're working with, how complex the chatbot is, okay, where you're located is greatly going to depend on what you can charge per month. But this is just a starting point, an idea for you. I would definitely do some research in your area. But what I recommend you do is, and this is what I did for every single client, is you do a free 30-day trial. Okay. Now you might be saying, Judd, I'm not working for free. But you'll see here, as we build out this chatbot, it doesn't take long to do. You set it up once, it runs 24/7. So this is a great way to get your foot in the door when you go to these customers. And I even recommend, if you can, go door to door in your local area. You'd be amazed at how many people will want this service. And you offer it to them for 30 days, right? And you show them how much you could potentially save them. Also, maybe you're helping them get more leads. Maybe you're actually helping them book patients and customers in the door. Then after that, once they see the value after the 30 days, then you can talk about what your monthly retainer is. Okay, so let's just say it's 500 per client. So you have your client here. Maybe you're working with chiropractors. That's 500 per month. Now you've solved this problem. You show that it can work. And now guess what? You can reach out to other chiropractors in your area. And you can say, hey, this is what I've been able to do for Dr. Bob up here. And so you can add on more chiropractors. So the first thing we're going to do is go to handy old Google, and I'll stay with the chiropractor theme here. I'm in Chicago, so I'm going to type in chiropractors in Chicago. And what I like to do is I like to go here to the places. Okay, so this is going to show me now this first person here, it says sponsored. So I'm not going to reach out to somebody who is already paying for a listing here. And then I'm going to click on more places. So this is going to give me even more people. So I like to look for sometimes lower 57. You could actually reach out to just about anybody. Let's go with Joint Chiropractic. And this is all going to make sense here in a minute. And I'll do a little research on their website. I like to find out, okay, how many people work there? Maybe you can typically tell, okay, this is just a doctor and maybe an assistant, or maybe it's just the doctor themselves. But this is a perfect place to start because this person is not paying for any kind of advertisement on Google, but also they are on here. So people are calling this. So it's kind of a catch-22, right? They're showing up, but at the same time, I bet this person's getting a lot of calls and is not able to respond to all those, or definitely not able to respond to them in a timely manner. And that's where our AI tool inside of GoHighLevel, which is pre-built for us, is going to come into play. So now we open up our GoHighLevel tool. And the cool thing about GoHighLevel is you can actually change the GoHighLevel logo. So they do have white label options where you could actually white label this for your clients. You could have your own white label software that's just for chiropractors or just for HVAC or just for hair salons, which is really cool. To get started, you want to go to the integrations tab, and you're going to see this here, Google Business Profile. Now, you can certainly connect their business for them, but you can also create what's called a sub account under your main account for each of your individual clients. So like I mentioned before, you could have multiple chiropractors under your GoHighLevel account. They could log in and simply connect their own Google Business Profile. Once that is done, we want to go up here to where it says phone numbers. So this is kind of the beginning step of building out our bot or training our bot. And from here, we go up to advanced settings. And then we want to go to what's called voicemail, missed call, text back. So this is going to connect to their phone number. And whenever there's a missed call, it's going to automatically text them back. And then AI will do the heavy lifting. And I'm going to show you that part here in just a second. But what's important here under the voicemail, missed call, text back is you want to make sure that this enable missed call, text back is actually checked. Sometimes it's not. And then you can go to customize and you'll see here, it'll simply say, hi, this is, and it says the business name. I saw that we just missed your call. How can I help? And you can, of course, change this any way you want for the business. And then you hit save. So now you've set up the voicemail, missed call, text back for our buddies here at the Joint Chiropractic. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to train our bot to respond to those texts. So go up here and click go back, and then right down here it says AI agents. And we want to go to conversation AI, and then we're going to create an agent. This is another cool thing to point out, and this is kind of a bonus tip for you guys, is you have different bots you can create. You can do a very basic general Q&A. What are your hours? Where are you located? You can also do appointment booking, and then they have pre-built templates. I like to start from scratch. But what you could possibly do is for a very general bot, you could charge one fee. For a bot that's specifically for appointment booking, you could charge another fee, say for that. And then you have start from scratch where you could build out a custom bot for them and charge more for that service. So you don't have to do that, but that's something to kind of keep in mind. If you're a little bit more business marketing savvy, you could look at different options there as well, and then hit continue. And then you want to name this. So Joint Chiro, and I want to make sure once I set the name that I set this to autopilot. So now the chatbot is automatically going to reply every time somebody calls in. They miss a call. So the doctor's busy with a patient. They miss a call. They're going to get that text. Hey, how can we help you today? And then that person's going to respond with, yeah, I was wondering when you were open. I was wondering if you could fit me in. Something along those lines. It's automatically going to reply. And here's another cool feature is under the supported communication channels, you can also set up the chatbot to respond to Instagram, Facebook, any of the chat widgets, live chat, WhatsApp. So really, really cool, the different things you can do here. Simply going to hit save. Now, the last piece of the puzzle is we actually have to train our bot so it knows what to say. We go to bot training, and this is probably the coolest feature. And when you see how easy this is, it's going to blow your mind. We need to teach the chatbot all about Joint Chiropractor. So how do we do that? We go back to the chiropractor's website, and I'm going to copy the chiropractor's URL. And then you go here to create new. Again, enter in Joint Chiro, hit create. And then we're going to go to add source, and we want to do web crawler. So now I can put in their URL and hit extract data. Now AI is reading the Joint Chiropractor's website and is training AI on all the information from who are the doctors, what kind of pain do they treat, where are they located, what are their hours, what are their prices. It is doing everything for us. And when it's done training the bot, you'll see here it says trained, and that took 3 or 4 minutes, so not too bad. Then we're going to go back to our AI agents. We're going to click on our agents list. We're going to go to Joint Chiropractor. And then what we want to do is we want to test our bot under the bot training tab. So let's test it out here and see. Kind of pain do you treat? We focus on treating chronic pain, including back pain, neck pain, joint pain, neuropathic pain. Pretty cool. Let's try one more thing. What are your hours? So what's cool here, guys, is that you can actually show them this demo. So you could get on a live Zoom call with them after it's set up and say, hey, I've created this bot for you. You can see it didn't take me very long to do this. And you can run them through a quick demonstration of how it works. Our typical business hours are Monday through Friday and so on. That's a perfect way to get them to see the value in this tool and why they need it for their business. And you can also offer your services for free for 30 days. Let them know, hey, I've already got this set up. It's ready to go. You say the word and it's yours for the next 30 days. Try it out, see how it works, see if it helps improve your business, get you more leads, maybe even help you to book more patients and make more money for your business. And then after 30 days, we'll meet again, we'll evaluate, and we can talk about working together long term. So the proof is right here in the pudding. And if you guys want to dive deeper into setting this up, if you haven't signed up for the GoHighLevel 30-day free trial yet, make sure you do, because you'll also get access to the 5-day AI challenge that's going to show you step-by-step how to set up this business. It's going to give you templates and emails, everything you need to get up and running. So I'll make sure to put that email below to help you guys get started. And thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.